Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, the Lord pronounce. Hare Krishna, Sakha Prabhuji, can you hear me?
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. Let me spotlight you. Hare Krishna, dear devotees, Dandvat pranams. Please accept humble obeisances. We welcome all of you for the today's morning program, Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya. Today we are very fortunate to have His Grace Arjun Sakha Prabhu, and Prabhu will enlighten us on Srimad Bhagavatam, 5th canto, 14th chapter, and the text 3. Over to you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Dandavad Prabhu.
Yes.
So thank you very much, Prabhu, and let's start, Prabhu. We can start now. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskrutyam Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devi Saraswati Vyasam Tado Jayat Mudure Mukam Karoti Bachalam Pangulangayate Girim Jatkrupatamaham Bande Sri Guru Dina Tarine Sunyatam Sakatha Krishna Punya Shravana Kirtana Hrudayantasto Bhadrani Vibhunote Sahutsrutam Nashtaprayeshu Bhadresu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Ruttama Shlokir Bhaktir Bhavati Naistiki Shunyatam Sakatha Krishna Punya Shravana Kirtana Hrudayan Bhadrani Vibhunote Sahusrutam Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. So, Granthra Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 5, Chapter 14, and verse 3. This is the continuation of the discussion between Parikshit Maharaj and Sukadeva Goswami. This particular verse is in the poetic, not in poetic, but in the prose verse. So let me read it. Atha cha yatra kutumbika darapatyadayo namna karmana prukashungala ebam ichu tapi kardayasya kutumbina uranda kamassa rakhyamanam misitopi haranti. अथ च यत्र कुटुम्बिका आदारात् पत्यादयो नाम्ना कर्मणा बृकशृङ्गला एवान् अच्छतोपि कर्दयस्य कुटुम्बिन उर्णाकम्बस्थ प्रमक्षमाणं निशतोपि हरन्ति. My dear king, so let's go word by word. That will be easier or maybe better for understanding so that we can understand very easily. Atha, in this way, cha, also, yatra, in which, kutumbika, the family members, dara, apattaya, adya, beginning with the wife and children, namna, by the name only, karmana, by their behavior, Bakrash, Vyagra, Sringala, tigers and jackals, Eva, certainly. Anichataha, on of one who does not desire to spend his wealth. Api, certainly. Karadashya, being too miserly. Kutumbinaha, who is surrounded by family members. Urannakabat, like a lamb. Sambrakyamanam, all the protected. Mishitaha, of one who is observing, api, even, haranti, they forcibly take away. Translation: My dear king, family members in this material world go under the names of wife and children, but actually they behave like tigers and jackals. A herdman tries to protect his sheep to the best of their ability, but the tigers and the foxes take them away by force. Similarly, although a miserly man wants to guard his money very carefully, his family members take away all his assets forcibly, even though he is very valiant. Right? Purport by Srila Prabhupada. One Hindi poet has sung Din ka this is not Dakhini, this is Ramani actually. This is I don't know, this is spelling mistake. Din ka Ramani, Raat ka Bhagini, Palak Palak Lahu Chuhe. Din ka Ramani, Raat ka Bhagini, Palak Palak Rahu Chuse. During the daytime, the wife is compared by witch, and at night she is compared to a tigress. Our only business is sucking the blood of our husband both day and night. During the day, there are household expenditures, and the money earned by the husband at the cost of his blood is taken away. At night, due to the sex pleasure, the husband discharges blood in the form of semen. In this way, he is bled by his wife both day and night. Yet he is so crazy that he very carefully maintains her. Similarly, the children are also like tigers, jackals, and foxes. As tigers, jackals, and foxes take away the lambs, despite the herdsman's vigilant protection, children take away the father's money, although the father supervises the money himself. Thus, family members may be called wives and children, but actually they are plunderers. ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येनं तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपकदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम्। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरु श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरुन् वैष्णवांशंश्च श्रीरूपं सग्रजातं सहगण रघुनाथं विदं तं सजीवम् सद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपादान् सहगण ललिता श्रीविशाखानितांश्च हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगतपते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमस्तुते तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वंशाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिंधु भयेव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। पञ्चतत्त्वात्मकः कृष्ण भक्तरूपस्वरूपकं भक्त अवतारं भक्तक्षं नमामि भक्तशक्तिकम्। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। Hare Krishna. So we are continuing with Srimad Bhagavatam, this canto 5 and 14. So this is a very precarious condition, and I beg my excuses and all my with humble obeisance to all Matajis, please forgive me, because this is I'm delivering with the message of Srimad Bhagavatam, as well as the translation of Srila Prabhupada, as the discussion of Raja Parikshit with the question that how come the sansara became a Davanal forest fire. So this is a very, very, very important point that we need to understand in the very first verse itself. But Sukdev Goswami mentioned this, how it is already explained, how the sansara looks like a forest fire, and how the conditioned soul get conditioned, and it become deeper and deeper and deeper. The contamination and the condition become deeper and deeper and deeper, and get bounded with this material mode of natures, right? And in the second verse, he did mention the forest in this material world, in the forest fire. The senses are like the plunderer. This is the senses, the objective, which binds you, and they force you to go deep and deep and deep. And this is, he has given a narrative that when you are entering the forest, and we enter the forest and goes deep, you don't know. When you are going to the deep and you got completely lost. You don't know the ways, you are finding the ways and means, but the entirety is gone. The entire remembrance is gone. You forget the lane, you forget the street, you forget the each and everything. Now you are in trouble. And this is the situation with all of us. And because we are Kritadas, we are the servant of our senses. Das. That's why we lead a miserable life. But here, my dear king, now he is addressing my dear king. Family members in the metal world go under the names of wives and children. Now, the forest fire is um, not spread across the entire world, but it starts from the very house itself. That's what the Parikshit Maharaj was given the address. My king, the family members are like in this metal world also by the name of wives and children. This word is very uh, not soothing to understand, soothing to realize, and not soothing to even discuss also. But this sometimes reality. How come it become reality? Because Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, Manushyanam sahasreshu kvachit jatati siddhai. Jatatam api siddhanam kvachit me veti tattva. There are many, many ones in thousands will try to learn. One in thousand, those who are trying to learn, they will be trying to understand, they will be understanding the logically. And out of many, there will be one will be the devotee. But we are not talking about the devotee family. Here, Tulsidas, this is the poem. If you remember, if you understand this, you might have heard about this particular point that Prabhupada did mention here is the quote from a poem from Tulsidas. What he says? दिन की दिस इज नॉट दखिनी दिस इज रमणी दिन का रमणी रात का भगिनी पलक पलक लहु चूसे what he says. And Tulsidas, this background of Tulsidas, he has written this Ramayana, composed the Ramayana. And before that, during his childhood, he lost his mother. In the very immediately after the birth, he lost his mother. And the father rejected him. No, he has taken away his mother. That means he is very kalank for the family. I cannot take care of him. Now the Dhai that was taking care, this Dhai who was taking care of Tulsidas and the friend of his mother, that took him to her house, and Tulsidas was protected by her. But unfortunately, after a few months, the Dhaima also passed away. And it became a custom. Now everybody started gossiping around, this is such a unfavorable conditions, and this child has born cost to the family, and he's killing everybody whoever protecting him. And thereafter Tulsidas grew up and he got married, and he became so attached to his wife that he didn't even leave her for a single day to her parents' place. And after many efforts from the parents and his brother, the wife brother could come and take Tulsidas' wife to his house. And immediately after a couple of days, what happened? Tulsidas went to his in-laws' house to see his wife. And immediately she opened the door. And the moment she opened the door, she saw Tulsidas. She didn't even ask, please come inside. Without even asking to come inside, what he says, the way that you are attached to me, the level of attachment that you are demonstrating on me, even if you are doing 50% or maybe fraction of that attachment to Ram, and you'll get liberated. and we get the love of Rama. And that moment was a transformation moment for Tulsidas. And he immediately realized that what we are doing. That was a trigger point for Tulsidas for transformation. And immediately he realized, she is my guru. And with her mouth, Guru Mukha Padma Bhakya Chittate Koryakya. Immediately he realized that what she is saying is absolutely truth. Without a fraction of second wasting, without a fraction second, immediately left for Kasi. And reaching Kasi, and he narrated this poet, Dinka Ramani. Dinka Ramani means in the daytime she is a Ramani. With the chatu, with the lots of flowery language, flowery words, she will keep on attaching, developing attachment to you. Or Raat ki Bhagini. And in the night, she will, Bhagini means those who enjoy. But in the both the daytimes and the right times, night time, as is written here in this verse, both the day and night, what Tulsidas is says, Palak, Palak, Lahu Chuse. He sucked blood. She sucks blood. I don't know. This is a very, very, very difficult. Prabhu, you have given me a very difficult verse to describe. But what he says, Palak, Palak, Lahu Chuse. And see, suck the blood every time. Palak palak means this is a bowls. Palak means bowls. Bowl by bowl, she sucks blood. And not only he stops here, the further he writes, संसार संसार के सारे सावरे घर घर बाघिनी पोसे. Further to this, दिन का रमनी रात की भगिनी पलक पलक रहु चुसे संसार के मतलब संसार के सारे सावरे घर घर बाघिनी पोसे. That means, and the sansar means the whole world, the male, the husband of the entire the world, and they are what they are doing, they are keeping Bhagini, the tiger, in each and every houses. So kind of so much of dejections he felt, Tulsidas felt, that he wrote this particular point. And this is a narrative, but this is not true for the devotee families, those matajis and prabhujis. There, Prabhupada, in fact, he quoted many times that a supportive wife or a devotee wife is like a super intelligent. A devotee wife is like a super intelligent. If you are fortunate to get that, you got this, you can cross easily the metal ocean with her support. Such a tremendous point, and it is quoted in Srimad Bhagavatam in fourth canto. I don't remember the exact verse, but it is fourth canto in 16th chapter. It's very beautifully it is described the support of a wife. But for 90%, if you look at around this, the condition of this Kali Yuga particularly, if you see the growing number of quarrel, this is particularly the Kali is basically the time of quarreling, right? Quarrel. All at each and every moment there is a fight, and the fight start from the home itself. That's why the majority, if you look at the number of the dissatisfied families growing up, exponentially is growing in India also. In foreign country, nothing to say, because 90% of diverse rate, sorry, 48% diverse rate, 50% diverse rate. But the India also it is growing up, and all because of the quarrels between husband and wife. And if you look at deep inside, the cause of the quarrels is nothing but the family matters between Sas and Bahu. So this is the condition of conditioned soul. This is the situation of a conditioned soul. And Chanakya Pandit, he did mention here what he says. There are four enemies in your house. Rudam krutva pita satru. Mata satru avyavacharini. Rupavati bharya satru. Putra satru apandita. So what he says, there are four satrus, enemies for a person in the home. Number one is Runam Krutva Pita Satru. The father consistently taking loan from outside is the enemy. Second, Mata Satru Abhyacharini. The mother who is Abhyacharini, discriminatory. This is bad boy, this is a good boy, this is a good child, bad child. And giving complete attention to one child and complete dejection to other child. Sometimes if the mother is having illicit affairs outside, that is also called Abhyacharini. The discriminatory mother, the neglecting mother, the mother having affairs outside is also an enemy in the family. And the third point, I don't know why, quote unquote, I don't know why, how Chanakya Pandit maybe has given a very deep philosophical and maybe spiritual point of view. What he says, Rupapati Bharya Shatru. The beautiful wife is an enemy. Because why? Because of the beauty, you'll always get attracted and always become captivated by her. And with this, what happens? You'll forget your original, what is the essential, what is the objective of your life, the goal of the life. Because you'll be enjoying your every and each and every moment you'll be considering her for the sense of enjoyment. And the finally says, Putra Satru Apandita. And the son, if he is apanditaha, means this murkha, the fool, he is satru. And this all the fours are living, we are living in this house. I've seen good number of cases in my childhood that how a very opulent, how many opulent families in my nearby areas, nearby township or maybe villages, they got ruined because of this family quarrels, the family fight between husband and wife. The wife being very, very, very cunning, extremely cunning, how she ruined the entire family. The very highly up, aristocratic and affluent family. But one very bad choice. One lady came and she spoiled each and everything. And we could see that within the fraction of 10 to 11 years, everything gone. There's one or two cases that I have seen in my life. But how it comes? And despite all our efforts, we still get cut off. And what is the way out? And what is the intent of the discussion particularly? Because Parikshit Maharaj is so intelligent. He's extremely intelligent person. He's so intelligent. The moment he got the curse, the news of the curse, the Brahmana given this information that you are cursed and please take care of yourself. In 7 days you are going to die. And what happens? Without giving iota of thoughts, he immediately ran away from the home. He started preparing, and this you see the kind of intelligence he's got, because 7 days is not good enough for a preparation. And immediately understood, if I get attached to this, the wife, the family, attachment to this the kingdom, that I'm gone. I'll not be fulfilling my the desire. Antakalisha mame vasmaran mukta kalivaram. Right? Yam yam api smaranam bhavam tajjayanti kalivaram. That will be, I'll be totally attached to the, I'll not be doing that. And he was super intelligent. And he asked 6 super intelligent questions. Super intelligence questions. Not for his benefit, but for the benefit of the society. And by reading this particular answer of the particular question, what we understand is this is a basically a precaution. The allot Sukhdev Goswami is giving to all of us, be allot. Don't get into this, the very precarious situation of life. And if you look around the entire this environment around you, just forget. We are very fortunate. We are very, very fortunate that with the collaborations with husband and wife, we are progressing under this guidance of spiritual master, under the guidance of this Acharya, Srila Prabhupada, and under the guidance of the spiritual, our Shastras, Srimad Bhagavatam. We're very fortunate. But how many of us Sorry, how many of these people in the around the world are fortunate? Very few. Maybe 0.001% fortunate, and rest all are in this material world, fighting, struggling, right, each and every day. And this is basically coming as a precaution, by as a alert, to stay alert. And this is a point you need to understand. How can we come out of this? How can we come out of this? And if this is the situation, how can we take care of that? Right? And what exactly? And Rishabdev has given a point, very important points. He could see there are plenty of stories from Srimad Bhagavatam. If you talk about the ensemble, how he got cut off and how he got attracted in a small attraction. The flavery, or maybe flavery words, flamboyance, small events that take away our complete objective of life, the goal of life, and he got captivated, and we go to such a pass, the point of no returns. It happens with Achambil, Puranjan, right? Savari Muni that got attracted. The small things that's really that take away, it captivates and take away our complete senses. But here we need to be very important point is here. It is a for those who are serious, sincere about understanding the reality. He has given instruction by Rishabdev, particularly when he could see that the children, 100 children are doing the same crazy thing like other Gruhamedi now. They're also following the trap of the Gruhamedi, and they're being the king of the entire world. That he given a instruction to them: be careful, be careful. Don't fall in the trap of the Gruhamedi, who always the entire objective of the life is to enjoy. Krishna in the Bhagavad Gita, in the 16th chapter, also described the situation of the Gruhamedi, those who are entangled in the foolishness, conditioned soul, fully deeply conditioned, aham mameti, right? And they cannot come out of this, irrespective of all their efforts. Even they know, sometimes we know, let's say, we know that we are troubled, we are trapped, and we are in the forest fire. Sometimes we do realize, but irrespective of the realization, as somebody is lost in the deep forest, irrespective of lots of efforts, he cannot come out because of this deep inside the forest. Similarly, we know we are trapped, we are in trouble, and we are each and every moments are burning with our with a deep guilt and lamentation. But what to do? What to do? Because you don't know the solution. And the Shastra says, what says? You are as if you are fallen in the deep well inside. And the well is so deep that, and it is dark and deep that you, irrespective of all the efforts, even you won't be able to climb up. And in such a precarious situation, what is the solution? The only solution is, unless you shout a lot, you cry a lot, and your cries is been heard by somebody, and he will be throwing a rope, he will be putting efforts, throw a rope and pick you up and ask you, please instruct you, please hold the rope, please find the rope, find it, I'm sending the rope to you, and once you hold it, he will pull you up from the deep well, from the dark well. Otherwise, no. भ्रमिते यदि साधु वैद पाए, साधु वैद भूलिया तुम्हारे संसारे आइनु देहे धरी नाना व्यथा. Because of this forgetfulness, because of this vyadhi, forgetfulness, one disease, that is forgetfulness. What happens? We are all trapped. And Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur's very beautifully, he has Paradukhe Sukhi, Paradukhe Sukhi, Paradukhe, Paradukhe Sukhi, Parasukhe Dukhi. Right? And this is the condition. We get very exalted when we look somebody in pains, when you find somebody in pain, but you get extremely disappointed when you look somebody enjoying their life who has become happy, that you become disappointed. So this is the condition. Amar jivana sada papirat nahi ka punya relation. And this is the normal. Now it is new normal now. This condition is a new normal in the material world and particularly in Kali Yuga. So what is the way out? Brahmite, Brahmite jadi sadhu vaidha pai. And the sadhu vaidha will tell you, instruct you what is the disease, how you can come out, how you can get how your the disease will be recovering, how you can recover from this. He will take care. He will step by step. He will guide you. And Prabhupada says, everybody is diseased. Everybody is diseased, and they require treatment. And Prabhupada was asked, what do you do? Few of the journalists, they were asking to Srila Prabhupada. And Prabhupada, they were asking, Prabhupada, what do you do? What is your business? Prabhupada pointed a finger towards a hospital, big hospital. Can you see that one? Which one? That hospital? Yes, this is a hospital. What they do? They treat people. I'm here to treat people because of this forgetfulness. And we are very, very fortunate that we are getting treatment from Prabhupada and his trained doctors, Sadhu Vedas. And this is the biggest fortune a human being can get in this Kali Yuga. And this is the biggest service, even it was mentioned, it is the biggest service one can render to any human being. Unconditional service. Anyone who is helping him, remembering Krishna, connecting with Krishna, and understanding the real condition of life is the greatest service to the Lord. Because each and everybody, every living entity is part and parcel of the Lord. Mame vansu jiva loki jiva bhuta sanatana. And there are various conditions. If you look at this situation, there are various stories. We talk about the Ajambil, we talk about Puranjan, we talk about Savari Muni. They came in a very difficult situation. They went to the level of very high difficulties. They enjoyed, they become miserable. And now, with the help of one or two sadhus, they could understand the reality and they come back again. And we have such a very difficult situation also, like Unguli Muni, uh, Unglimal, Ratnakar turning into Balmiki, and even Jagai Madai in Chaitanya Charitamrita, we can understand this story of Jagai Madai. What happens when we come to such a level, even at that particular level, also with the mercy of a devotee, we get the benefits. We get the blessings of a devotee, and from that moment, that becomes a transformation moment. Brahmande Brahmite Kon Bhagyavanji, Guru Krishna Prasad Paya Bhakti Lata Bees. And the various stories that we have from the point of no returns. Even we can say at the material point of view, it is a point of no return, it is gone case. But even if that particular, if you have any jiva has got the sukruti, that particular sukruti would protect you from that danger. Sualpamapi asya dharmasya trayate mahatavat bhayat. You might have done in your sum of the birth, in millions and millions of birth, you might have done some kind of sukruti, and that sukruti can take you away from the point of no return even. That's what we get demonstration in various stories of Srimad Bhagavatam and Ramayana, like Valmiki, like Unglimala, Ajambil, so many stories, Jagai Madai, right? And there is a hope for all of us. And today we are in the very situation where Prabhupada wants us to go and spread. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also go, the Sansara Dava, Nala Neela Loka. The entire world is fire, is forest fire. And everybody is suffering. Everyone is suffering. And there is an opportunity for all of us as a crusader, as the ambassador of Srila Prabhupada, as the ambassador of Srimad Bhagavatam and Sanatan Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. We should go out and tell people, understand what is the problem, understand their problem, and how we can do that. Unless we understand, we are in trouble. Unless we understand the test of the real meaning of the Srimad Bhagavatam, the real trust of real test of being connection of the with Krishna, the real pleasure of connecting with the devotees, and the real connecting with this chanting of the Harinam. And once we do that, what we can do, we can go out and tell people, yes, I was in trouble. I was in deep trouble. I was unable to find road, unable to find this way out. But still I got protected. I'm feeling better now. And you can narrate our story, experience to them and tell them, please, you're also in trouble. But sometimes, even irrespective of lots of efforts also, it takes times. It takes huge amount of efforts. And even if you understand, it is Prabhupada says that Prabhupada quoted this in one of his books I was reading. He says it takes buckets and buckets of blood to bring one devotee, to nurture one devotee. And you see how much of blood Prabhupada and our Guru Maharaj, Gurus might have given. Buckets and buckets of blood for one devotee. And you see the entire world, how many devotees, though it is very less in number, but the kind of efforts they are putting day in and day out, and how much of blood and sweat they might have given for that. And do you have that expectation? Yeah. What is the expectation? Yeah, their expectation is we should to go and tell people you are in trouble, come back. And Prabhupada, Lord Krishna also given this instruction to us. Nacha tasmad manusheshu kasyit me priyakruttama. Nobody is much, much, much beloved to me than who? Those who preach, those who send this message to the people and tell them you have a disease, the disease of forgetfulness. You have a disease because of this we are suffering. This is the disease because of this we are contaminated. This is the disease that we have lost our hope. This is the disease that we have lost our path, lost our goal, and we are just roving around. So a lot of efforts is required. And how can we do that? Manushya, lekin before that, we need to understand, am I in the real position? Rishabdev says it very clearly, Nayam deha dehanu bhaja nirloki kastan kamana arhashi bidbhujan. Tapo dibyam putraka jena suddhita satta jasmin sukhamadam. You need to get up. You need to get up and understand you are situated in this position. You are situated, you have not situated in the real position yet. And unless you are situated in your constitutional position, you cannot have that kind of experience, the experience of having Krishna in your heart, experience of having Krishna's potency in your heart, experience of having Krishna's mercy and blessings inside, deep inside your heart. And without that experience, we can't distribute that experience to others. Otherwise, it is just a superficial theory. And Rishabdev wanted us to experience that particular thing. And also Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, also experience that. Take responsibility. Take responsibility and uplift yourself so that you come to your constitutional position. You're fallen, you have come to this very, very, very fallen situation. Now uplift yourself. Uddhare tatmanam atmanam. Natmanam avashadayat. Responsibility of protecting yourself from falling down and responsibility of uplifting yourself to the constitutional position, because you have already fallen. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also given the same thing. Unless भारत भूमिते जन्म होइल हजार, जन्म सार्थक करी, जन्म सार्थक करी. And this is a very important point. How can we understand that we have made our sarthak? We have done that. We have come to that point, and we cannot. We do understand that we don't have that capacity of our own. We don't have that capacity of our own unless we take the shelter of Guru. Krishna je tomar Krishna dete par, tomar shakti ache. Ami to kangal Krishna Krishna boli thai tabo pache pache. Unless we cry out for that, unless we cry for the mercy, we don't have that, because we are lost in the forest fire. And the Guru will do, unless we get the mercy of the Guru. Gurudev kripa bindu diya karai dashe tirna peksha atihina. Sakala shahane bala diya kara nijo manish pruhahina. We don't have interest, we don't have capacity, we don't have the way out, we don't know exactly. But without his mercy, nothing will happen. And Amito Kangal, this motive, the intent is, I'm really fallen. Suppose you would think about a patient sitting in the ICU in this bed. He does not have the strength to get up. He does not have the strength to speak. He does not have the strength to eat. He does not have the strength to even breathe. Can he say that I'm capable and let me get off and fight? No. He has to take the shelter of a doctor, the hospital, the system, the ventilators, all the medicines, all the important activities, the procedures. And without that, he cannot say that I'm capable of enough. Our condition in this material world is like this. We are in the ICU bed because of the forgetfulness. And unless we understand I am in deep ICU, and I do not have the power even to speak, I don't have the power even to tolerate, I don't have the power even to walk, forget about running and fighting. And unless I take shelter and follow the instruction of the doctor, I cannot come out from this ICU, and my condition is very bad. Similarly, one very intelligent person who can see and understand the narrative, the ICU narrative, nobody can be serious and sincere to understand the glory of the Guru and the importance of Guru in life. And that's why lots and lots of importance has been given to the relationship of Guru and Sisya. The only one who is going to liberate you and fix you from your disease is the Guru. Nobody else. Nobody else. Others are really very supportive. For example, our Sadhu Sangh is very much supportive. This is must for that. The Srimad Bhagavatam supportive, right? But the Guru is the one who is picking you, holding your hand, and take you from this, liberate you from this situation. Very difficult situation. So in order to understand relationship, Srimad Bhagavatam has given so much of instruction, the importance of Guru and importance of nurturing, putting the efforts of developing the relationship with Guru, understanding the intent, understanding and nurturing the mood of serving the Guru. And what should be the mood? Obeisance. Considering that I am really in trouble, never getting popped off, with humbleness, with deepest sincerity. Without that, it's not possible. So Guru is the one who makes us capable to establish ourselves in the right position. And unless you get in the right position, sthanestita, suddheta satta, we don't have that experience. And without the proper experience, you speak a lot. People will listen to you, but the transformation within them will not happen. The transformation will only happen then when you share your experience, which is deep inside, exhibited, implanted by the Guru and Krishna and Radharani. And that experience will come. And even without speaking, what happens? People will get attracted and people will understand the position. And Prabhupada wants that. Prabhupada has given instruction that around the world there should be good number of Brahmanin or maybe the Vaishnavas around, so that looking at them, people should immediately start remembering Krishna. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says that yes, who is a Vaishnava? Vaishnava is the one to whom anybody look at him and remember Krishna, who remind us Krishna is a Vaishnava. And you don't have to speak Srimad Bhagavatam, you don't have to speak a lots of Bhagavad Gita. But the moment with the behavior, with the demonstrative behavior, people can remember and they remember Krishna. And anybody, even in one lifetime, it's just a fraction of time, remember Krishna's name, that is good enough for him to enlighten the spark. That is the spark, if you can give it, that is enough for them to start becoming inquisitive and searching for Krishna. Now, one day he'll start or she will start searching for Krishna. But even in this case, suppose as narrated by Sukhdev Goswami, in this dangerous situation, what should be the way, that means what is the precaution that we should take? Even in the metal point of view also, if it's situation, there are lots of counseling happening, lots of things that's happening. But if you look at the sastrical point of view, we attracts that. We demanded that we're getting. That's why Krishna says, karma is very gahanam karmanam gati. Je jatha mam prapadyante tam tathaiva bhajamyam. The situation is coming time and again to us because we expected, we attracted that. And the very first things that, as a wise man or intelligent person, living in this particularly precarious situation where everybody is enemy, पिता शत्रु, माता शत्रु, रूपवती भार्या शत्रु, putra शत्रु, every enemy is around. Still, what is the solution for that? Just to seek, be humble, seek mercy, and find out the ways with cry, with a prayer. That is the only solution. But unfortunately, even Krishna says in this Bhagavad Gita, even in this situation also, the intelligence is so captivated, the remembrance is gone. Even in that case also, they don't bother to remember me, because if there is a deep, there is no sukruti, they will not be able to come. So in that case, only sadhus can help, nobody else can help. Chaturbidha bhajate mam janana sukruti nor arjuna arthartha jigyasu jnanischa bharatasva. Four kind of people will come to me and they get somehow the nectar of association. But the four kind of people, because they don't have the sukruti, because they contaminated throughout their life, throughout their series of birth and death, they don't have the iota of sukruti. Namam duskruti no mudha, prapadyante naradhama, maya upahruta jnanam asurim bhavam asrita. Because of this contamination, the four types of people will never come to me. And what is the situation for them? The situation, how we can help them, because they never remember Krishna, they never have got the sukruti. But still, any devotee is chanting Harinam, and by any chance that Harinam goes inside the ear of that duskrutino, also some time, maybe after few birth, some day, that start getting germinated. And that is a hope through the Harinam. Harinam, Harinam, Harinam Kevalam. And even Even in that situation also, it can help us, help people coming out from this, their situation. And definitely it is a process of transformation. But the devotees, that's why they keep on chanting Sankirtan movement. Even this is for the people of Sukruti and people of Duskruti also. Even that derides also, even that goes inside the ear. The Katha, the Nam, the Joshanat, Ashu, Upavarga, Vartmani, and gradually that goes, take away this Apavarga, right? But this is the process that we should follow and give the glories of Harinam, Sankirtan movement, Harinam to others, so that even they get in the very precarious, very difficult situation also, they get the opportunity, because this will be hidden Sukruti for them. And with this hidden security, one day in maybe in his next birth, they may get opportunity even as a form of artha or dhartu, jigyasu, whatever form. They may reach to Krishna. They go to the temple, have a darshan of Radharani and Krishna, and from that moment, their life will be transformed. This is the objective of the Srimad Bhagavatam, and also this message how we can help each other reaching to the goal, objective of life, even to the people, those who are having sukruti, and also those who are having no sukruti, duskruti. So this is a lot. This is a precaution. This is a cautionary measure from all for all of us, with the message, with the discussion between Parikshit Maharaj and Sukdev Goswami. And we should be always be alert and also be sincere with our prayer, sincere prayer to Krishna, sincere prayer to Guru, and sincere prayer to the Vaishnava Parampara, so that we take this opportunity with fullest and understand our situation deep from the heart. Hare Krishna. Thank you very much, Prabhu and Matajis, for your presence. And if anybody would like to add anything or would like to highlight any points, please, you're most welcome. And anybody having questions also, we can take questions. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, thank you so much. Very nice and instructive class. Like how the, you started with the plundering starts from the senses and the family. Then you narrated the Tulsi, the story. So how we got transformed the like by the words of his wife. And then of course in the wrong way she told. And then with the support of devotee wife, so one can easily cross over the ocean of this samsara when you narrated how like that purpose. Then you mentioned about the four enemies in the family. So, like father taking loans consistently, mother who is discriminates or neglecting or affairs with others, and then third, beautiful wife, and fourth one, Apandita's son. Then you told about the Rishabhadev's teachings. And Srila Prabhupada says that, okay, my business is to treat the people from the forgetfulness of Krishna. So then, like with the many stories of like Ajamila, Puranjana, Saramani, Jagai Madai, how they could got transformed by the saintly people. So then it told about only Sukriti can protect us from this greatest danger and make the people to understand about Krishna as the ambassadors of Srila Prabhupada and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So for that, first we need to understand the difficulties and we can narrate that experiences. So it takes, like Prabhupada says, it takes buckets and buckets of blood to take one person a devotee. And we have to reach to the people what are the sufferings. Like everybody is suffering from the disease of forgetfulness of Krishna. And unless you are situated in your constitutional position, we cannot experience the bliss. Then you mentioned about, so we have to take the responsibility of protecting from falling down and the responsibility of uplifting ourselves to our constitutional position. So, and this is only possible with the shelter of Guru and Krishna. And the only one who can liberate you is Guru. Others can support in our path. So for that, like we need to have the humility without no puffed up behavior, and we should have the deep gratitude in our heart for all this to the Guru. And without experience, so people may listen to you, but they will not get transformed. So we need to experience and then. we can transform the people with even with our behavior without even preaching. Then you mentioned about only sadhus can help even in the most precarious situations. And then how to help the people who are like never come to Krishna, four kinds of people. So that is with our chanting. So if they can hear, so it helps them at some point of time in this life or in the next. So then we have to explain the glories of Harinama. So with Harinama only, like those people can get transformed again. Then we said like we need to pray very sincerely to Krishna, Guru, and Vaishnava Parampara to come out of these precarious situations. Thank you so much, Rory.
Thank you very much for this wonderful summary, and you picked up very sincerely and very wonderfully, Prabhu. Highlighted very wonderfully, Prabhu. Thank you.
I'll go next to Sri Prabhupada. But other than Mata, you want to say ask something? Hey, Krishna.
Prabhu, you said in that song it is said Ramani, not Dakini. But it
Yeah.
says it is which. Dakini means which, no, Prabhu.
Sorry, Mataji. Your
No,
voice is.
in the purport, in the song, Prabhupada says, no, Prabhu.
Yes, yes, Mataji.
But the Ramani and Dakini. The word Dakini means witch. Translation is says it's a witch in the morning and a tigress in the night. I mean, I don't know it is what they
So, but this is Ramani Mataji. Originally, Tulsidas, this is a poem from Tulsidas, and it is Ramani. Ramani means who keeps on attracting you.
attracting. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Very nice to hear that thing, especially the enemies in the family.
Yes.
It's very. Prabhu, you have come back from Vrindavan?
Yes, Mataji. Long back, Mataji. It is already 5 days now.
5 days. Okay. There's so much of glow in your face from Vrindavan.
With all your blessings, Mataji. Thank you
Prabhu,
very much.
only one thing I wanted. It's I didn't. You all know that, but I don't know, Prabhu. That sloka which you tell, no, panchatmaka. This thing. But
पंचतत्वात्मकः कृष्ण भक्त रूप स्वरूपकम भक्त
it is
अवतारम भक्तक्षम
panchatat,
नमामि. Yes, Mataji.
panchatatva.
पंचतत्वात्मकः कृष्ण भक्त रूप स्वरूपकम
Okay.
पंचतत्व मंत्री भक्त अवतारम भक्तक्षम नमामि भक्त शक्तिकम.
Thank you, Prabhu. Thank you for the wonderful class. Dandavad Pranam.
Thank you. Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Krishna and other devotees. Prabhuji, one question, even like here, Tulsidas, like it was just some one word by his wife that like the way you have attachment to me, if you have attachment to Krishna, so it got, I mean, that one sentence transformed him. Even
Transform.
Dhruva Maharaj also like his mother told, whatever your stepmother told, it is right. Like you have to go to the Vishnu. But like even in our cases also, like there will be like some instructions that we'll be getting, and then I mean in the negative way, but how to take it in the like positive and go on with that, bro.
Prabhu, that's in fact what I understood from you is that kind of the trigger comes to our life, right, Prabhu?
Correct, bro.
But sometimes what happened, Prabhu, that it is narrated, the narratives is like this. Suppose there is the straw. You understand straw, Prabhu?
Yes,
The straw. Suppose the straw or grass, right? The freshly cut grass and the deeply dried straw.
yes.
And you are having a matches box or maybe kind of small, the spark from the match box goes and fall into this, the dried straw. What will happen, Prabhu?
Other one will catch the fire easily.
It'll immediately catch the fire. And suppose the matches after many you put a lot of matchbox and light them and put it in the grass. What will happen?
It will not.
It will
Grass
not.
will not catch.
Yeah, this is also the qualification also matters, bro. Sometimes maybe because of the sukruti or maybe that past deed because of the karma, the sancharit karma fal, we get that even a single fraction. Even Bilba Mangal Thakur, the story of Bilba Mangal Thakur, he was so engrossed. It was in the father's the Janma, sorry, Mrityu Barsiki. That means his They're celebrating the father's death anniversary, inviting all the brahmanas, giving them feeding, and immediately after feeding them, what happens? Immediately rushed to home, to the Vaisya, this prostitute. And what happened? Immediately, the one sentence from the prostitute, the way that you are attached to me, you just get attached to Krishna. That is enough. And she become the guru of Bilba Mangal Thakur. But suppose, think, people those who are not having any sukruti, what will happen? Even you go, you tell them, preach them 10 times, 100 times, invite them, that will not work. Because the grass is not prepared yet. The sukruti has not come. But this consistent effort has to be there. And this is narrative, Prabhu. But human brain is you don't know when somebody will catch fire. That is true, Prabhu. You don't know when somebody will catch fire. And I always think about one very incident, very wonderful incident that happened with us. One Yadavendra Prabhu, and we were very close to three of the devotees going from our apartment to Mangalarti almost twice in a week. And one day, only Yadavendra Prabhu was the only one who was going, because I was on tour. So he was going alone, and he was robbed by three people. They came by bike, and Prabhu were waiting for us. And while he was waiting, these three people came in a bike, and they sewn that's chaku, that means knife, and they looted everything from Yadavendra Prabhu. All the rings, all the ornaments. He was wearing a chain. He was having money, and whatever he was having, they robbed. After 10-15 minutes, he was still waiting for that place. And one person out of this three came back with his bike and says, I'm so sorry that I robbed you, and you are a Brahmin, and I'm doing wrong things at the early morning. Now, please forgive me. The other two didn't come, but the one person came. And Prabhu was very humble and very compassionate. He says, you have done a mistake. That was because of your past activities. Why you are not doing good things then? Please come to our temple, take this address whenever you feel like. And the gentleman was, you see, Prabhu, he was intelligent enough, though a thief, robber in the early morning. He could understand the essence of the human life, and immediately accepted this invite, and he started coming to the temple. And he became a devotee, chanting 16 rounds, become a devotee, full-fledged devotee. So this kind of things happens in our day-to-day, in our life also. But the only thing is that we need to consistently, whether somebody is capable, qualified, not qualified, irrespective of all this, our job as a devotee of Prabhupada, as a disciple of Srila Prabhupada, disciple of Guru Maharaj, is to keep on giving people, distributing this. Jare dekho, tare kaho, Krishna Upadesh. Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji. With that story also, like, we could easily understand.
Yeah, Prabhu.
Saraswati Mataji and Daime Prabhu, Prema, Priya, Radhika Mataji, thank you very much for the wonderful class and teachings.
Thank you very much, Mataji's, Prabhuji's. Thank you. So, as we passed 4 minutes, Prabhu, if you are...
Yes, Prabhuji, we can end the class here with Vaishnava.
Vancha kalpatarubhishya kripa sindhu bhaivacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavibhyo namo. अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय. नमाचार्य हरिदास ठाकुर की जय. प्रेम से कहो जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद, श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद की जय. श्री राधा कृष्ण गोपीनाथ की जय. गुरु गौरांग की जय. जगत गुरु श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय. All glories to assembled devotee, all glories to assembled devotee, all glories to assembled devotee. Vancha kalpatarubhishya kripa sindhu bhaivacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavibhyo. Hare Krishna. Dandavat pranam Swami Mataji and Prabhuji's ko.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, Dandavat pranam. Thanks for the wonderful class, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you once again, Prabhuji, for the wonderful class with a lot of instructions. And thanks for devotees. Again, we'll meet tomorrow at 7:15. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.